This week on Wrestle Remarks, Daniel Garcia is trying to surpass CM Punk in the phone smacking department after 3 incidents at AEW Redemption. WWE is facing backlash after putting controversial boxer Ryan Garcia on Monday Night Raw. Nick Aldis officially gave up his job as SmackDown GM to fight Gunther. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes finally admitted what their SummerSlam match is really about. And Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins reopened old wounds. Plus, we're running through both nights of the massive SummerSlam card right now on Wrestle Remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, marks of all ages, welcome to another episode of Wrestle Remarks. I am your host, Chris.
And I am your co-host, Pat.
Well, Pat, we are officially in SummerSlam weekend.
Summer of Punk, dog.
2 nights, 12 matches, multiple championships.
All I heard is CM Punk.
Hell in the Cell, family drama, friendships falling apart, and GM leaving his job just to fight one of the most dangerous men in WWE.
The GM leaving is the most dangerous man in WWE. Nobody's thinking clearly. Everybody's angry. Punk and Cody are acting like brothers who are 5 minutes away from ruining Thanksgiving dinner. Then Roman and Seth are somehow still fighting over something that happened more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, some wounds never heal, especially when they involve a steel chair to the back.
Yeah, how many times are they going to do that setup for that?
For real. But before we get into the recaps, the full SummerSlam card, you already know what time it is. It's time!
Clobbering time!
It's time! It's New Year! We begin with Daniel Garcia, whose post-match exit at AEW Redemption involved 3 separate fans and their phones. Fan-recorded footage showed Garcia moving through the crowd when he swatted away the first fan's phone out of his hand. The fan immediately bucked up, but security stepped in before that all escalated. Garcia continued through the audience and knocked away a second phone, leading to a brief face-to-face confrontation. Then, a third fan in a red jersey leaned over the balcony and not necessarily recorded him. He had been recording since the jump. And Garcia motumboed his ass too. That phone fell to the level below where Jon Moxley eventually retrieved it and returned it to the fan.
What a good guy.
One of the fans later posted the footage tagging Tony Khan. He also tagged CBV. He tagged everybody, Wrestle Top.
Dang.
Whoever's any kind of name in wrestling. He tagged everybody and called Garcia's actions unacceptable. It was his first time there. But Pat, I understand wrestlers, protecting their space when they're away from the spotlight. Fans should not grab them, block them, or put their hands in their faces, or put their hands on them in any way in general. But based on the footage we have, these people were just holding their phones. You can't just start destroying others' properties like that.
Yeah, that's totally true, especially when AEW deliberately sends wrestlers to the crowd. They know the fans are going to record. If somebody touches Garcia, let security handle it.
Mm-hmm.
But 3 phones in the same exit is hard to explain.
That it is. Could be like a misunderstanding. Maybe he thought the guy said something. But by the third, and going out of your way to smack it, because he had to kind of hot just to smack it out of dude's hand. That's hard. That's hard to explain. And
Yeah.
AEW presents itself as an inclusive company. It encourages fans to become emotionally invested, buy tickets, and share their moments online. But this situation could leave a bad taste in anyone's mouth, especially for someone whose first AEW experience ends with their phone on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Nikki Bella just made her return. We've been talking about her recovering. She has returned, finally. But she just made her return and is already talking about the end.
Yes.
Nikki hopes to finish her in-ring career by the end of 2027. She wants to leave on her terms. She says she wants to take creative risks and continue elevating fellow talent. Her comeback followed a much more serious ankle injury than people realized. Brie revealed that Nikki broke her ankle tore ligaments and suffered a high ankle sprain, but still wrestled for another 8 minutes. Now that's dedication right there.
No, you're right. Her props.
According to Brie, the surgeon watched the match repeatedly because he couldn't understand how Nikki kept going with that much damage.
Well, that explains this return. It means so much to her, and she didn't just miss time. She went through surgery, pain, rehab, probably days where she wondered whether she would ever wrestle again.
Yeah, Nikki admitted that there were days where she cried from the pain and wondered if her ankle would ever feel normal again. But she says this comeback feels different. The preparation, different. The confidence is different. And she remembers exactly who Nikki Bella is. Now she joins Brie and Paige against Fatal Influence at SummerSlam. She also said that she's been working with Aaron Solo from AEW, so he's been helping her get into shape. WWE is also facing that heavy criticism after Monday Night Raw because boxer Ryan Garcia appeared and aligned himself with the Judgment Day. Garcia, I did say Ryan, right? I didn't say Daniel Garcia.
I believe you said Ryan.
Okay. Garcia joined the Joe Hendry and Danhausen concert segment before smashing a guitar across Hendry's back and celebrating with Dom and the group. The backlash has little to do with the angle and pretty much everything to do with Garcia's history. Garcia previously made anti-black and racist and anti-Muslim as well as anti-LGBTQ comments. He was expelled by the World Boxing Council in 2024 after using racial slurs and expressing support for the Ku Klux Klan in a stream that he was doing. There's also previously shared messages involving threats against his former wife and members of her family.
WWE had to know that this was not one obscure comment somebody dug up from 15 years ago. They were major public controversies and was expelled by the WBC.
Yeah, and we've talked about this in our old brand in CP Sports. We've been talking about all his past discretions that he had been through, and I think we even announced when he got expelled from the WBC. So it's not like you had to dig up that far to figure these things out. It's unfortunate that they have that partnership, which I'm sure is why. But celebrity involvement is supposed to create positive mainstream attention instead this moment, WWE, or the moment they posted that video, the conversation became, why is Garcia even on the show? And honestly, I'm sure, like I said, it's TKO's connection to Zuffa Boxing and the upcoming Garcia fight where he goes up against Conor Benn. I'm sure all that played into their decision. Either way, WWE chose to put him on television, and fans have every right to feel the way that they do.
No, it's totally true.
Now, WWE's ESPN relationship continues to expand. Beginning Tuesday, August 4th, NXT will stream live through the ESPN app for ESPN Unlimited subscribers as a part of ESPN's membership with CW Sports. NXT will air live on the CW, so this is just an additional option rather than a replacement. NXT Premium Live events will also move to ESPN Unlimited, beginning with Heatwave on August 30th. Also, ESPN Unlimited is now integrated with YouTube TV, allowing subscribers to link their accounts through the sports settings in the mobile app. And once you do that, you're able to access that sweet ESPN Plus content.
Yes, sir.
So, whoever has YouTube TV, just go on your mobile app, go to the settings. Down at the bottom, there should be a sports setting. Then you click through that, it'll show you link to ESPN. When you do that, you log into your ESPN. It'll also track your fantasy football team on your TV screen, so that's also a plus. If you use ESPN Fantasy, of course. Now, speaking of services, Club WWE officially launches Friday, June 31st. The membership costs $99 a year and includes exclusive merchandise, early ticket access, premium content, event lounges, live chats, and a rewards program. A limited number of founding members will receive a welcome kit featuring a piece of match used canvas and a personal note from John Cena. Now, Pat, you think that is all worth $99?
It depends on the ticket access. If it actually helps people get good WrestleMania or SummerSlam seats, fans will pay. But if the main perk is access to another store where I can get the privilege of spending more money, then it's definitely not.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, personally, I'd spend the $99 one time just to get
to see what it is on the canvas.
No, I just want that Spurs John Cena shirt. That's all.
You think you could still get that through there? That would be cool.
Well, no, his Never Seen 17 collection is exclusive. Only on there.
I do want that shirt.
I do. That's the only, that and that Lakers shirt is the only shirt that I want.
I want the damn Fatu.
Oh, the Spurs
shirt.
Yeah, me too.
Hell yeah. But that canvas will attract collectors. And WWE will still have to prove if there's enough value after that welcome kit is gone, which is going to be hard to kind of, gauge. Because you got to use it.
Yeah.
Like, you're still going to have to use it to buy stuff and everything.
It's $99 for like a year.
A year.
That's not bad, though. Like, if it was like $99
yeah, but if you don't use it.
Yeah.
So, like. But AJ Styles revealed that he has returned to the Performance Center. He is temporarily taking over for one of the coaches. AJ says he enjoys inspiring younger talent, producing matches, and watching wrestlers turn his suggestions into successful performances.
And that is the perfect role for AJ. Imagine being a younger wrestler and one of the most professional and best performers of his generation is helping you put a match together.
Yeah. AJ has worked with almost every style in every major environment.
AJ freaking Styles.
Whether it be WCW, TNA, ROH, New Japan, and WWE, they probably should want him teaching for as long as they can keep him, at least.
Yeah, man. Him and Punk are like the indie veterans of all indie veterans.
They are. They've been through that system and figured out how to make it work in WWE.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of some people who left, Sheamus has given his first major interview since leaving WWE. He says that he is enjoying his time with his wife, visiting family and friends in Ireland, and catching up on moments he missed during almost 2 decades on the road. Sheamus says he feels like he's in the best shape of his life and has no regrets, even though he never captured that Intercontinental Championship to become Grand Slam champ. They asked about the opponents he's never faced and which ones he would like to. Of course, the first one he named was no-brainer Oba Femi and Ilya Dragunov, while also praising Trick Williams.
Yeah, Sheamus against either Oba or Ilya would have been ridiculous. It could still be, you never know.
Who knows? I hope so. That would be nice to see, especially Ilya.
It'd be a banger. Banger of all bangers.
Sheamus versus Oba would sound like two people just hitting a slab of beef with baseball bats.
Yeah, Ilya would let Sheamus cave his chest in just so he could hit him back even harder.
Yeah, and drop that H-bomb. Now, going forward, Sheamus plans to wrestle as S. Farley. Wherever he lands, it sounds like he's healthy, motivated, and just not finished yet.
I'm not finished with you. No.
Now, Tiffany Stratton believes SummerSlam could be the beginning of Tiffy 2 titles.
No.
With Rhea Ripley injured, WWE will crown an interim WWE Women's champion, in a 5-women ladder match. Tiffany enters while already holding the United States championship and says that winning another title in her home state of Minnesota would be iconic. But a separate report claims that WWE did move away from having Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill in a singles competition because either women may be considered to be that interim title holder. Yeah. So if you're going to place your bets, your safest bets are either Flair or Jade.
Wow.
Now Chelsea Green and Tiffany are also officially in, with one final entrant still being decided at the time of this recording. I think that one's going to be a match on Friday, right?
I believe so.
The winner will eventually face Rhea Ripley once she is cleared. Now let's do some quick hits because we've been going on a little long and I'm trying to condense it down for you guys. Will Ospreay says his ADHD diagnosis gave him clarity about his hyperactivity, emotions, and ability to lock in. He calls it both a blessing and a curse that he has learned to channel into wrestling. Bronson Reed called out an unnamed independent wrestler who allegedly uses his gimmick to touch female fans inappropriately. Reed called it unprofessional and said it needs to stop.
Nah.
Of course, people were upset that Reed didn't say a name. Then other people were like, well, yeah, why is he going to give this guy clout?
Exactly.
Now, Mike Santana is now Cruz Montana. He's officially changed his name in WWE to Cruz Montana, an homage to his father. Matt Cardona says his goal still remains becoming WWE champion. He knows he could return to the independent scene, but he doesn't want to treat his WWE run like it's a backup plan. Cardona also explained why he briefly returned as Zack Ryder after spending years fighting for another opportunity, refusing the door when WWE opened it to be Zack Ryder, but he finally realized, that's not how you do good business. So he came back as Zack Ryder for one-off and went back to the Matt Cardona moniker. Or his real name, actually. But Booker T praised Baron Corbin as WWE's Swiss Army knife and believes Trick Williams will benefit from working with an experienced veteran at SummerSlam. Rhino is reportedly scheduled for AEW's Detroit tapings, although his exact role is unknown. So tonight, you might see Rhino, or you might see him on Collision.
War Machine.
AEW will also present Rebel Heart Dynamite on September 9th to honor Rebel following her ALS diagnosis. Donations and merchandise profits will benefit I Am ALS and Team Gleason.
That is a great use of the AEW platform.
Yeah, it is. Now, I know you're going to love this one. Scott Steiner, Booker T, Sting, Kurt Angle, and Kevin Nash will reunite for a main event Mafia group photo during WrestleCon. The photo costs $280.
Is mine interested? Where's Samoa Joe?
Don't blame me. Yeah, you are missing that. But Bayley says she is now understands her place and value in wrestling as the uncertainty continues around her WWE future. Becky Lynch says WWE TV needs more Becky Lynch, agreeing with a fan on social media and encouraging fans to keep telling them in reference to WWE. KJ Oroso, formerly Fuego del Sol, is reportedly participating in WWE tryouts during SummerSlam week. We also got J-Rod, which she's probably, I don't know how this woman hasn't got picked up, but I'm hoping she's going to be the next pickup. She's actually on that American Gladiator show as well. Also, TNA drew 310,000 viewers, its largest reported audience since about 8 years.
Wow.
Anna Jay is seeking multiple options about her shoulder injury and pushed back against claims that she is always hurt, noting that she only suffered 2 injuries in AEW. Dragon Lee has torn a ligament in his thumb and was pulled from AAA. There is also talk about Lola Vice maybe heading to the main roster in WWE, which we've been talking about for a while now.
Because we're always right.
So, it would make you think that she's losing that underground match.
She also just lost her straps at AAA too, so.
That's true. She did. She did with
Mr. Iguana.
Yeah, but I forget.
Laredo Kid.
Laredo Kid. And there you go. I was trying to remember her name.
I never forget her name.
Yeah, because never mind. Dominic Mysterio wants a Fortnite skin featuring cowhide boots, a flowing mullet, and a side-style weapon.
I don't even have a mustache, but that's for Dom.
That's for Dom.
I need to give the mustache its own hitbox.
Oh man, that would be great. And Danhausen played Peacemaker between CM Punk and Cody Rhodes at a live event after Punk and Rhodes began arguing. Danhausen arrived wearing a towel, waved his finger, and raised both hands. He was pretty much paying homage to Punk, I would think, because when Punk came out, but he also had a towel on his hair.
The only man qualified to save their friendship.
Yep, very nice, very evil, and also very effective. Pokemon Stadium. And with that, we move to Friday Night SmackDown. SmackDown opened with Adam Pearce moderating the contract signing between Gunther and Nick Aldis. Pearce explained Aldis could not remain SmackDown GM while competing as a WWE Superstar. By signing, Aldis voluntarily gave up his executive duties and accepted that WWE would not be responsible for whatever happened after the bell.
Which is wrestling language for somebody gonna get their ass whipped.
Somebody gonna get their wig split. Beat him up, break his neck. Aldis said he understood and he never wanted the situation to reach this point, but Gunther found his breaking point. Gunther called the match beneath him and accused Aldis of jealousy. He mocked Aldis's NWA Championship history, which is a big no-no, and promised to add him to the list of legends of Goldberg, AJ Styles, and John Cena, who chased one more moment against the Ring General. But Aldis fired back at Gunther and says he keeps repeating the insults because he's trying to convince himself. Then Aldis delivered the line on the segment saying if he wins at SummerSlam, Gunther goes from the career killer to the man who got made a little by his boss.
That's how you sell a match, though.
Yeah, it is. The fight broke out. Aldis got the better of Gunther earlier, but Gunther hit the low blow, powerbombed him through the table.
Of course he did.
And what a way to start SmackDown. While WWE attempted to give an update on Aldis, Sami Zayn hijacked his interview. Sami reminded everyone that he became WWE champion despite years of people saying he never would. But within days, he was forced to defend the title. Cody Rhodes became #1 contender as CM Punk stepped into the marquee SummerSlam match. Sami then accused management of preferring corporate poster boys while leaving the former champ off the card. He demanded a triple threat, but Pearce refused and offered the winner of the night's fatal four-way in a SummerSlam #1 contenders match against Zayn.
Sami had a point. Cody and Punk seemed to receive opportunities because of who they are, while Sami had to keep earning his way back.
He's the last real good guy.
He is.
So Sami accepted, like good guys do. But warned Pearce that he wanted no more surprises, which, in WWE, there's always surprises.
Surprise.
Brie Bella defeated Lainey Reed after surviving interference from Fatal Influence. Fatal Influence attacked Brie and Paige after the bell, bringing out Nikki Bella. Nikki cleared house, hit the Rack Attack, and challenged Fatal Influence to face them at SummerSlam.
Rack Attack 2.0, sir.
Sorry, it's still. I don't see the point in saying the 2.0.
The crowd reacted exactly how WWE wanted. Nikki's return felt important, and now they have a generational match.
Chelsea Green defeated Kiana James with the unprettier to qualify for that interim women's championship ladder match. Now, beforehand, Chelsea and Tiffany joked about best friends fighting on ladders. Tiffany floated the term Tiffy Two Belts, while Chelsea pointed out that Tiffy already had a championship and maybe Chelsea should take this one. Blake Monroe came out later and warned Tiffany to worry less about Chelsea and more about protecting the Women's United States Championship. And that right there smells like another program in the works.
Sure does.
Charlotte Flair also qualified after Jade Cargill attacked her during Charlotte's match with Nia, causing the disqualification. Jade and the Baddies then beat Charlotte down and finished her with the Jaded while Nia was furious after being cost another opportunity. So you would assume that Nia is going to get this next opportunity and hopefully nobody screws it up for her again.
For real.
Also, we get into the central segment of the show that belonged to Punk and Cody Rhodes. Cody admitted his issue with Punk goes far beyond the WWE Championship. Punk's 2011 pipe bomb showed wrestlers like Cody another path did exist. Cody followed that path, left WWE, and helped change the industry, but always knew that some people wished it was Punk that had been doing that the whole time.
Yep. And that's the most honest part of the feud. Cody accomplished everything and Punk's shadow remained.
Punk said his shadow is large and Cody spent years trying to escape it. But Punk admitted Cody inspired his return by proving there was a way back to WWE. Punk promised not to stab Cody in the back, but he's going to stab him in the front break his heart at SummerSlam. Cody promised to take the WWE Championship, but Punk then promised a monumental ass whipping and ended with calling Cody Dusty's kid. Whew.
Disrespect.
The main event featured Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Trick Williams, and Royce Keys, with the winner advancing to face Sami Zayn at SummerSlam. Keys looked like a monster, but the Bloodline war spilled into that match. Solo Sikoa, the Usos, LA Knight, and Jacob Fatu all became involved. Fatu pulled Keys outside and destroyed him around ringside. And back inside, Finn Balor escaped the South of Heaven, hit the coup de grace for the victory over Damian Priest.
Yes, Finn versus Sami needs nothing extra. Put them in the ring and let them cook. Let them cook!
Let them cook. The winner becomes the next challenger for the CM Punk or Cody Rhodes' championship, depending on what happens, which we'll give our predictions here at the end of the show. Now moving on to the final Raw before SummerSlam. Raw opened with official weigh-in for Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar before Hell in a Cell. Oba weighed in at 302 pounds. Brock locked the cell and refused to participate normally, so Paul Heyman sat there ringside announcing him as 303 pounds, but also getting mad because the mic kept on cutting out. He said, "We have somebody from LA in the sound truck. Over 600 pounds, Pat. 600 pounds of meat trapped in that cage."
That's terrifying.
That it is. Heyman acknowledged that Oba had that WrestleMania victory, but insisted that he still enters the cell as the underdog because Brock Lesnar has never lost inside of it. Brock taunted Oba with the key and promised to see him at SummerSlam. Oba responded by destroying the security guards while Brock watched. And Jesus,
yeah,
he almost really destroyed that guy.
For real. They have made Oba look like somebody who can stand across from Brock without feeling out of place.
Or feeling like, oh, Brock's going to win.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because he's not.
Because he's not. Braun Breaker and Austin Theory defeated Otis and Akira Tozawa after Braun Breaker hit the Super Spear. Afterward, the Vision continued the assault. Maxine distracted Otis. Theory and Breaker powerbombed him, followed by a Breaker Spear, and Theory drove a chair into a vulnerable Otis. Poor Otis. Javon Evans picked up a major victory over Rusev. Rusev controlled most of the match and nearly finished Evans with a Machka kick and an accolade. But Evans survived, countered another Machka kick, hit the Matrix Stunner, and then followed by an OG cutter for the victory.
And that's a big win. Rusev is not somebody they should beat casually.
No, and I'm loving this direction that Javon Evans is going. It seems a little more serious than the, happy-go-lucky, shaking the camera, going crazy Javon Evans that we've seen. Evans continues to gain credibility as more than just an exciting young wrestler.
Yeah, we're getting to the best match. We're gonna put Mama Housen on the pole match.
Mama Housen, Joe Hendry and Dan Housen performed I believe that you were cursed with dancers, Minniehausens, and Ryan Garcia joining that conga line. Garcia then smashed a guitar across Hendry's back, and Judgment Day attacked everybody, including the Minis. Later, Danhausen continued to refuse to return Dominic Mysterio's monies. Adam Pearce finally made Danhausen, because Danhausen suggested it. What about monies on a pole? And Pearce was like, what the hell is that? He said, haven't you ever seen wrestling? So Pearce then made it official because he said finally this will get them out of his hair. So it's going to be Danhausen versus Dominic at SummerSlam in a human money's on a pole match.
Human money's on a pole?
Vince Russo is definitely smiling somewhere right now.
Hell yeah. That's good.
And then Michael Cole said it with confusion too, repeating, human money's on a pole. Corey Graves replied, Judy Bagwell, haven't you ever seen Cole? Oh man. Ethan Page then defeated Rey Mysterio after using the ring skirt to block the 619. Page sent Rey into the post and hit Ego's Edge for the victory. It was a major win for Page, although Rey appeared to suffer an injury during the match. So
of course
there has been no update just yet, so hopefully he's alright.
Hopefully.
The Usos warned LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa ahead of the SummerSlam 6-man tag.
Wow.
Solo appeared in the crowd, mocked his brothers for returning to Roman Reigns, and said Roman could kiss his ass. He said, what are you going to do? Send me a warning shot? LA Knight then joined the argument, made it clear that he doesn't care about family drama. He only cares about the bloodline being repeatedly costing not only him, but also Royce Keys opportunities. He said, maybe after that, y'all can reunite and do a little of this one.
That was good. Some more.
Oh, man. The fight broke out, bringing Jacob Fatu and Royce Keys out. The key visual was Keys standing face-to-face with Fatu and refusing to back down.
Key visual.
Solo hit the Samoan spike. Keys delivered the ultimate spine buster, and Knight ended the fight with a BFT.
That 6-man could still won. Knight won. It should be 6 men beating the hell out of each other without slowing down.
I'm sure it will be.
It sure will.
Raquel Rodriguez defeated Sol Ruca to become Women's Intercontinental Champion. Sol repeatedly created openings with her speed and athleticism, but the Judgment Day overwhelmed her. Roxanne Perez distracted the referee. Liv Morgan tripped Sol, and Io Sky came down to confront Liv. Perez stopped the Soul Snatcher, allowing Raquel to hit the Tejana Bomb for the win. And we got your new WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Or champion. It's about time. It's about time.
Sol did not lose clean, but her reign still ended quickly.
It kind of did, right?
Yeah.
This may free Sol for something larger while giving Judgment Day even more gold, though. And I'm sure Sol isn't going to just walk away from that scene.
Yeah.
But Raquel, it's about time, man. I'm so excited for her. I'm so happy for her.
It looked like she wanted to cry, but she's like, no, I'm a Monster Hill, bro. I'm going to scream my ass off.
Yeah, she's channeled all that.
She was all,
yeah, exactly.
You go, girl.
Exactly. It was great, man. And, damn, she got busted open rowdy in that one.
It's alright. Made her look even better.
Yeah, it made a better visual. It did. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins closed Raw with one final confrontation. Seth admitted that when it comes to Roman, he is the bad guy. And he's comfortable with that. He praised Roman as the biggest star and money-making machine WWE wanted him to become. But Seth insisted that there's one area where Roman will never be better than him at: professional wrestling.
History supports him. Every time Roman thinks he has Seth figured out, Seth finds another way in his head.
Yeah, he does. Roman said he needs to beat Seth. His family needs it. WWE needs it. According to Roman, the entire industry needs it. Seth said he hopes Roman's family attends SummerSlam so they can watch Roman realize he will always be Seth Rollins. Bia Bia! Roman attacked, hitting the Superman punch followed by a spear before grabbing the steel chair, but Roman re-entered the ring. Seth Rollins stomped him onto the chair as he's sliding in and stood over the World Heavyweight Champion as Raw went off the air.
Yeah, Seth did what he always does. He got Roman emotional, Roman stopped thinking, and Seth capitalized.
And that brings us to NXT. Grayson Waller opened NXT with a live microphone and unloaded on almost everybody. This was so good. He blamed part of that on carrying Austin Theory, who he called 240 pounds of idiot, and spending the last year dressed for a funeral while praising somebody else. According to Waller, the only thing dying at that time was his career. Now he's back on NXT to conquer one demon that keeps him awake at night, never becoming NXT champion. Waller said that title launched Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, and Oba Femi, just a who's who of talent there. Because Waller never held it, he believes that WWE has treated him like a comedy act instead of a main event star, which he should be.
Yes, and then he started firing at the entire building.
Yeah, Waller mocked Cruz Montana for arriving from TNA and immediately chasing the title, saying being TNA's top guy was like being the best basketball player at your local YMCA. That one hit hard. He also accused Tony D'Angelo of becoming champion because there was nobody else left. Then he called NXT's men's division soft, lazy, and complacent. Waller said the women are running laps around them and claimed most of the men are more interested in putting WWE Superstar in their Instagram bios than becoming great.
Big facts, though.
He also roasted independent wrestlers who can do anything in the ring but become charisma vacuums when handed a microphone. Waller promised to take the championship, the division, and every opportunity the roster thought belonged to him. Then his microphone was cut and we went to commercial.
Yeah, that was the Waller who made people notice him in the first place. Obnoxious, disrespectful, just truthful. Enough to make everybody angry.
Yep, that's the Waller effect right there.
Yes, sir. Got that rub. He gave HBK the rub, too.
There, the Waller effect. Right?
I think so.
That's what they did, right? It wasn't that clearly because it was Undisputed. But it was, that's what it was.
Too many years ago.
I was trying to remember. Miles Bourne, Tavion Heights, and Mason Rook immediately reacted backstage, with Mason especially angry that Waller dismissed the men's division. Lizzie Rain defeated Izzy Dame after Sean Spears appeared with a chair and scared Nico Vance away from interfering. Lizzie then hit that Thunderstruck for the win. I love how they're doing all those little KFC bits.
Oh, that's hilarious.
They've always been working for KFC, and now that I think of it too, because remember Ziggler as the Colonel?
And Sean, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was good stuff. That was hilarious. Miles Bourne retained the North American Championship against Cam Hendricks with the Born Again. The victory also earned Miles and Tavion Heights a tag team championship match against Swipe Right. Now afterward, Mason Rook attacked Hendricks while the Vanity Project jumped Miles and Tavion, giving us a preview of next week's title match. I love the way Tavion sold that when he turned around when they came and took out what's his name? I just said it.
Cam?
No, Miles.
Oh, okay.
When he took out Miles, because you saw the two come in, and then you see Tavion like, oh crap, and then just get taken out, right? Yeah. It was just perfect. It went together so well. The Birthright defeated OTM after distractions from Angel and Berto. and Ariana Grace at that. The interference created more tension between Lucian Price and the people surrounding Brock Onema these days, that being Pedro's them out.
Yes, sir.
Then Shiloh Hill finally defeated Tristan Angels with the Super Thunderbreaker, which looked beautiful, by the way.
Nice.
After the referee caught Tristan, attempting to use the ropes for leverage. I really enjoy Shiloh. I just don't think his gimmick will work on the main roster.
I believe that too. Tristan does not seem like the type to accept a loss and move on, though.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he's not going to be in his rear view. He's going to keep on coming back for more.
Yeah.
Now, Lola Vice and Kendall Gray delivered separate promos before next week's NXT Women's Championship Underground match. Lola says Kendall is entering her world where amateur wrestling meets a real fight. Kendall knows she's the underdog, but has trained with her father and Julius Creed to prepare. We also saw Ren St. Clair will defend the Speed Championship against Zarya. If Ren wins, she earns a shot at Zarya's North American Women's Championship, which we'll see both of those next week. Keanu Carver faces EK Prosper. Jada Parker teams with Thea Hell against Nikita Lyons and Carmen Petrovich. And Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights challenge Swipe Right for the titles. Delete! The final segment belonged to Cruz Montana. Cruz announced that after a 20-year journey, he is officially a WWE superstar.
Did you put that in his bio?
Good one. He spoke about growing up in tough neighborhoods in New York, making mistakes and fighting the man in the mirror. Cruz said he had to decide whether he would become another story of wasted potential or the man his daughter deserved to call her father.
It did not feel like a generic happy to be here promo. He explained exactly why reaching WWE mattered.
And for someone who comes from nothing, he really resonates with the fans.
Exactly.
Cruz thanked TNA, but made it clear nothing was handed to him. He rebuilt his career one match, one city, and one opportunity at a time. He's not in NXT to fill a spot. He is there to take one. And that spot is the NXT Championship. Cruz also answered Waller's YMCA insult, telling him to say it to his face at whichever YMCA he wanted. Tony D'Angelo interrupted and welcomed Cruz, but said he believed everything in the speech except for the part of becoming champion. Before Cruz and Tony could fight, Waller attacked. Tony attempted dead to rights. Waller escaped, and Cruz accidentally hit Tony with a spin the block. NXT ended with all three men in the standoff, except Waller was on the outside.
Exactly. Waller wanted to rattle cages, and by the end of the night, he had inserted himself directly into the title picture.
Yeah. Cruz wanted the spot. Waller believes it should have always been his. Tony says neither man will be taking his championship. And with NXT covered, it is time for a preview of both nights of SummerSlam. Of course, one of the marquees, we got CM Punk defending against Cody Rhodes. Cody needs to prove he escaped Punk's shadow, and Punk needs to prove that Cody's still not on his level. Pat, who leaves Minneapolis? WWE chat.
And this is hard because I want to say there's gonna be a bunch of distractions. Like we could either have.
I think it is.
We can have
with
two.
Sammy
we can have,
and all that.
And we can have two returns in this match too. It could either be Randy, or it could be Drew.
You're not wrong. That is a possibility.
So I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Punk. I'm gonna pick Punk because I don't see Cody winning. I don't think there's any point of Cody winning.
I think I'm gonna go the same route.
I really don't think there's any.
Cody just lost it not that long ago. I don't see any point
Cody just won and lost it.
Yeah, I don't see any point in giving it back to him. But it all depends on whether Punk's healthy or not, too. So I would say Punk. Now, Oba already beat Brock at WrestleMania. Now they enter Hell in a Cell, where Lesnar has never lost. So, who survives?
Oba.
I think this is going to be a hell of a match.
It's going to be a great match.
It is going to be Oba. There's no way you book this and not give it to Oba.
Yeah. No.
I don't see any point in
no
giving
chance
it
in
to Brock.
hell.
Brock is pretty much on his way out already.
I believe this is his retirement match.
It could be.
It's a huge match. Hell in a Cell, hometown, played for the Vikings, right? He played for the Vikings. You know.
Well, I mean, he didn't really play. He went on the practice team. I think it was.
He got a tryout.
Didn't make it all the way.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to be an Oba for sure.
The story of many wrestlers. Liv Morgan defends against the Queen of the Ring, Io Sky.
I'm gonna say,
does Io prove that she's a better wrestler again, or does Judgment Day keep the title with Liv? Because you know Judgment Day is gonna play a factor.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Io.
You're going with?
Yes, because it just makes sense if they're still gonna do this whole little feud thing between her and Raquel. With Liv and Raquel, I don't see. She just got a championship. Liv lost her championship.
Then they can use that as kind of fuel to that fire. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
She's the only person with gold now.
I honestly think Liv is gonna win it.
Okay.
I just don't see any point in giving it to Io and hindering Liv's heel status.
Yeah, no, because she's doing really good heel work right now.
But that's just me. I say Liv. You go Io?
I'm gonna go Io.
Okay. Now, Nick Aldis gave up his job and returns to the ring after 3 years. It's been 3 years since he last fought. Now he's fighting Gunther. Does Aldis shock the ring general? Or does Gunther end the comeback before it even begins?
Gunther's going to get that ass whooped. That's all I heard. That's all I know.
I would love that because I love me some Nick Aldis.
Bro, we're about to have a wrestling match if you say Gunther.
But I'm pretty sure Gunther's gonna win, man. I don't see it going Nick Aldis' way, especially with Gunther having so much momentum behind him with the whole career killer thing. True. It would be kind of dumb to not give it to him.
True. I'm still on Nick Aldis.
The Bloodline family war also continues with the LA Knight, Keys, and Solo caught in the middle of that. Which team do you think wins?
Man, something just popped in my head, so I'm going to go with the freaking Usos. Is this how we get the main one?
You think so?
I mean, it could be. I'm just saying. Never know.
We've been anticipating the main one for quite some time here. But, I don't know. I think this is where we finally get a victory from Knight.
Well, he deserves one, man. He really does.
And I think he's going to be the one that makes the pin, but it's going to be on either Jimmy or Jay, of course, because you don't want to give it. You don't want Fatu pinned. Yeah. I'm thinking Jay, since they were the closest, him and Knight, at one point.
Well, no, isn't him and Jimmy?
Now they are. Now they're closer to each other. But I mean, when Jay was alone and not in the bloodline, him and LA Knight would seem pretty close.
True.
Now Nikki returns from injury to join Brie and Paige against Fatal Influence. Do the Legends win, or do Fatal Influence prove that their time has passed?
Man, that last sentence is up in the air. Honestly, after I would want Fatal Influence to win, but I think that they're going to give the win too.
I'd hate for that to happen because, they just won the titles. Now you're trying to hinder some of their momentum.
I mean, but this also could be they lose, and then we get that Nikki Bella heel turn.
That's true. We could see something where Paige kind of causes them the match. And maybe a whole Bella heel turn. That would be nice, too. I would like to see that one. But I say we get Fatal Influence to win. Now, night 2, Roman says he needs to beat Seth. Seth says Roman never has and never will beat him in a marquee match. Does Roman finally conquer the one man living in his head?
I think Roman's going to win this one. We could also see the main one in this one too. Who knows?
I don't see Roman losing this one
either.
At all.
No.
At all. I think Roman's going to take it. Now, the 5 women battle to become interim women's champion, or WWE women's champion, and eventually face Rhea Ripley. Who climbs that ladder?
Woo!
Is that who you're going with, Charlotte?
Yes, sir. That's what I'm going for.
I think it's between Charlotte and Jade. Like, you could still do a program with Jade and Rhea and make it good. You could do the same with Charlotte, with their history
I've been
as
waiting
well.
for that link back too.
So, it's either or. I think I'm probably going to lean more towards Charlotte.
Hey man, you know, wild card.
Charlotte's been out of the main event picture for a while, and I think they're going to thrust her back in there.
What wild card? If she were to win, Chelsea Green, dog.
Oh, I would love that so much.
Yeah, me too.
Now, Penta defends against Minnesota's own Chad Gable. Does Chad Gable complete his redemption at home? Or does Penta leave with the title? I'm going Chad Gable all the way.
Gable!
Yeah! Here to save the day now.
Pretty much.
Oh, man. Trick Williams defends against a returning veteran in Baron Corbin, who leaves with the United States Championship.
Trick Williams.
I don't know. I think this is where he loses it. I really think that Baron has his number, and this is going to be a program that we're going to see for a while, and it's just only going to elevate Trick.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn faces Finn Balor for the next shot at either CM Punk or Cody Rhodes. Now, who do you think earns that opportunity?
I wanted to be Sammy, but for some reason I feel like he's going to get screwed.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to get screwed and Balor's going to take it. Yeah, I'm going for Balor. Balor's going to win that one. Now, your favorite, Danhausen faces Dominic Mysterio with the disputed human monies hanging from a pole. And no, I didn't make that one up. That's exactly what we're doing right now. This ain't 2000 WCW.
Feels like it though.
This is WWE in 2026. Human monies on a pole. Who retrieves the monies?
I mean, Danhausen? Or is it Danhausen?
I mean, they are cursed.
Yeah, they're cursed.
Judgment Day is cursed, so how do you not have Danhausen win?
I think they're all going to try to get the money off the pole. Like, everybody.
Oh, yeah, every Judgment Day member, and something's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because fireworks are going to go off on the pole.
Boom, 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 boom.
Well, 2 nights, 12 matches. CM Punk versus Cody. Roman versus Seth. Oba versus Brock inside Hell in a Cell. Multiple championships, family drama, and human monies on a pole. Pat, which match are you most excited to see?
Man, the Hell in a Cell match, man. Depending on how good this match is, I mean, I'm hoping that it takes one of my top 5 and puts them at number 6.
I think I'm gonna go with you on that one. Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the biggest build-ups we've had in a while, and 2 monster human beings in that match, and I just feel like it's gonna be a banger that we just didn't know we needed.
For real.
And which match has the best chance of stealing the weekend? You think it's still the Hell in a Cell?
No, I think that's going to be one of the biggest matches on the card of the weekend. Stealing the match? Shoot. Man, I don't know. Either all these matches could still steal the show, dude.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of leaning towards that women's.
I want to say I was going to say that too.
match.
I think that's going to be the biggest.
I'm going to go with that. Women's ladder match is going to steal the weekend. For everybody watching, though, and listening, drop your predictions in the comments. Who leaves WWE champion? Can Roman finally defeat Seth in a huge match? Because they had to add that because, you know, he did beat Seth, but it was on Raw. But it was on Raw, so it wasn't a big match. Does Oba beat Brock twice? And who becomes interim WWE Women's Champion? That's going to do it for this week's episode of Wrestle Remarks. Make sure you like, Share, subscribe, follow wherever you get your podcast, and share the show with a fellow wrestling fan.
And follow all our social media pages for clips, reactions, and everything coming out of SummerSlam weekend.
And I will try to be more better with clips. It's been like 2-3 weeks that I haven't made anything. I got a lot of stuff going on. Life is lifing right now. So I'm sorry for that. And also, I don't really like being on social media all that often. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. But for Pat, I'm Chris. And this was your Wrestle Remarks.